to another episode of Banter and Brews. I'm Will, your host. I'm here with Rob McGowan.
Hey, guys.
Introduce yourself a little bit.
I'm Rob McGowan down at Mash and Hops. We've been in business for 10 years now. We'll come up with our anniversary in December 20th. And it's hard to believe that we've been in Cleveland for 10 years selling craft beer and bringing craft beer to Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
So, like Will's got a good portfolio of different craft beers, and enjoy working with Will and the Tarver's on a lot of craft beer. So,
oh, yeah. I remember graduating from college and coming back. That wasn't, you had just really started getting everything kind of set up over there at MASH. I guess I graduated 2016, so you'd been open for a couple years, but it's evolved a lot since then. I mean,
it has
really made it a cool place.
It has evolved. It's ongoing. It's actually surprising how much has evolved in the way it looks now and what it looked 10 years ago. It's a whole different. Got a patio, new seating. The patio this year changed completely. So and it added more seats and stuff. Everybody misses the truck, but maybe we'll bring it back. Maybe not. I don't know.
Hey, listen, that'll be a ad campaign. Bring back the truck.
Bring back the truck. Everybody wants the truck.
But you know what? This is a beer podcast, so let's drink some beer. I got some beer from Black Horse Brewing here. Rob, you go ahead and pick the beer you want first, and I'll follow suit.
All right, I'm going to go with the Mexican lager here.
Yep, I'm going to go with the old tried and trusted vanilla cream ale. So let's go ahead and pop these beers open. So yeah, vanilla cream ale. This is probably one of the first beers I actually drank with them that I was really liking. I was a shout out to another brewery, real quick, okay. Wiseacre.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite. Once again, some people think it's sacrilege. I don't know what your opinions are on 50-50 kind of black and tans, but the Wiseacre Got to Get Up to Get Down and the vanilla cream ale are probably one of my favorite black and tans.
It's actually a really good mix. I've done it a number of times, and I think it's an awesome mix. It makes a good black and tan.
Oh, yeah. So a little introduction for our guests. Rob, you've been in the game long enough. You know a lot about Black Horse already, so I'm not telling you anything new. Black Horse was founded by an Army veteran coming back from Desert Storm, Jeff Robinson.
That's right.
And his wife, Sherry. And they started their little brew. Well, it wasn't even a brew pub. It was just a pub at first, and then they brought it into a brew pub. And something I thought was really cool was the naming of the pub was after the 11th Armored Cavalry that he saw operating in Desert Storm and had like a real big admiration for him. So cool little history on the naming of it. We primarily get our beer from the Alcoa location.
Yeah, if you haven't been to the Alcoa location, it's a very nice location.
Oh, yeah.
Black Horse is really its top-notch location.
See, I haven't been to the Clarksville location.
I haven't either. I've never been to the Clarksville.
But the Alcoa place, it's been great. I've been there a couple times with Dad.
Mm-hmm. And the food is awesome. It pairs with beer great. I think they've done an excellent job.
No, it's definitely... Black Horse was one of our first crafts we picked up, kind of local area crafts, and we've done a lot of really great work with them. They've done a lot of work with trails, and, you remember we had the Greenway IPA back in the day, and they've worked really hard on reaching out and worked very closely with Brandon Kreutzer with the brewery, and he is just always willing to help out with things, and one of the things he's helped out with us has been the beer mile downtown you and Terra Running put on.
Right. And they did, and they do a good job on that. We do in the spring, around the 1st of April, we do a beer mile, and it's actually a beer chug. And if you want to enjoy something, watching adults run a mile and drink 4 beers in less than 10 minutes, it's something to see. Black Horse does a great job sponsoring it and getting it all set up and, setting up the street and everything. And everybody gets really into it. And I think it's been a great fit for us, the Black Horse, and then Tarver running. I think it's been awesome. And so this will be our third year. Black Horse will be there again. And so they've been in first, second, and this is the third year we'll have coming up in this April within 7 months. It's hard to believe it, but in 7 months.
Time's flying by.
Yeah, so.
But no, they've always done a really good job. I cannot imagine. Well, first, it's running it and drinking 4 beers to begin with.
Yeah,
so drinking a high-gravity craft, something like a really hoppy IPA or a porter, and they bring in and once again, it's not light by any means. It's like a 5.5%. I think it's a blonde ale.
It is a blonde ale.
And it's a super, super crushable beer, really tasty. Not too light, but it's light enough that it's not going to kill the racers out there.
Right.
But I remember the first year, people weren't trained. They weren't ready. I could tell the second year, this last one we did, people have been preparing. It was a lot cleaner this year. It was last year.
Yeah, I think so too. It was a lot cleaner, and it's actually something I actually enjoy it. Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorite events that come up during the year that I really like.
No, the energy is so great over there. Around, honestly, everybody on First Street, just that energy with the runners coming in, and then we have some other events that happen. And you guys organize a lot of events. Now, what are some of the other events you guys have organized downtown?
We've done a adult big wheel race. Like to get back into that, but there's always something coming up that kind of pushes it off. So hopefully in the near future, we'll get back into doing the adult big wheel race again. We got Witches Walk we're doing, and then we'll do the veterans in November, which is pretty good. We'll have a number of breweries there for the veterans event, and then back to the Tarver running and Black Horse and us doing the beer mile, and then Hot Slaw Festival.
Oh yeah,
it's a really big. It's really got. We're on. This will be the 4th year coming up.
Yeah.
So these last 3 years with the Hot Slaw Festival it's been great. Everybody's really enjoyed that.
I think the Hot Slaw is really kind of in a weird way. You would never think it'd be like Hot Slaw. It's kind of put Cleveland on the map to a certain degree, just because, everyone I've met that's tried the Hot Slaw has really enjoyed it. As long as, it's not like way too spicy, which there's plenty of people that really like it spicy. Me, I'm not a spicy Hot Slaw guy. I'd rather be a little bit more mild.
It goes good with the beer.
Fantastic with the beer. Yeah. On a hot dog. I'd feel bad. Once again, the Hot Slaw Festival, they have that hot dog eating competition.
They do.
And I feel like that would traumatize me a little bit to have to do something like that. Once again, probably not made for the beer mile, probably not made for the Hot Slaw hot dog eating contest. But still, it's super great events that go on in the downtown area. The veterans event, it's a great cause.
It is. It's a great cause. Then we got, downtown Main Street always, puts that, a couple of things on, like they'll have music in the summertime that brings people down. And then, they've got the dine around that they have in May. It's really good, and then that brings people and encourages people to come downtown and see what's downtown. A lot of people don't realize all the restaurants that are downtown, and they're owned, and they're not chained. They're owned by people that live in the community.
No, so I've noticed a huge uptick in people wanting to be more involved with downtown. I think it's great, and with some of these recent developments, they're adding on, where the Whirlpool plant was.
Right.
And building on through there, I think it's just we got a really exciting future in our downtown area.
Yeah,
it's just going to keep getting bigger.
It's going to be exciting in the next 5 to 10 years. What's going to happen downtown?
I think it's going to be interesting to see what all we can work with Black Horse, because they have their group, Black Horse Gives Back, where they donate either their services with beer or financially through different things with art, education. That's really neat, and I know they've always loved coming over to either it be as simple as a tap takeover or the beer mile.
Right.
They've always loved being a partner with you and getting their beers in there in the hands of your customers.
And I enjoy them coming down. I mean, I have a great time drinking their beer and doing the tap takeovers with them at Black Horse.
Now, real quick, just about the business, because it was not during my time. I had just gone to college, and I wasn't part of the business at the time. I was in Johnson City. You worked with us for a little while.
I did. I worked for the Tarver probably 2 years, almost 2.5 years.
Okay, yeah.
So 2014, 2016.
Cool. And that wasn't obviously your first step into the beer market, was it?
No, I've always been in the beverage industry. I've been in the beverage industry since '89. So I've always been in and out of something to do with the beverage industry, beer, juice. I worked for Tropicana in Atlanta for a while. Then Pepsi, which Pepsi owns Tropicana. Mm-hmm. So I was with Pepsi for a long time. And then y'all. And so, but I've always been interested in anything doing with beverage. How I got interested in beer, believe it or not, I wanted to distill. I mean, I really wanted to make liquor.
Okay.
And then what I come to find out is, I can make X amount of beers for my own consumption. Mm-hmm. So I thought, and it was actually the first part of the process of making distilled liquor, mm-hmm. but I could have alcohol in 20 days instead of X amount of days. Yeah. So I went with beer.
Yeah, definitely not instant gratification, but definitely closer.
Yeah, closer. And then, I thought, and then I knew if I went into distilling, I'd probably get in trouble.
It can get pretty dicey if you're not following the rules of the government, which of course we always follow the rules of the government.
So, and then that's how I got into, making beer. And I've been brewing beer in the backyard for a while. And so got it and did that and got beer kits and then went up and did my own grain and did that and then opened a beer store. And so then a craft beer store, and then that was the rest of it's history.
Now, I remember seeing the first set of taps. What'd you start out with, like 5 taps?
I started out
6.
I started out with 12.
12. So you start out with 12, and it's a lot more than that now.
Oh yeah, 24. We're 24 now.
24 taps. Did you ever think when you got that property that you were going to have a 24 tap system?
No.
In there? You probably would have made your walk-in a little bigger, right?
Yeah, it's crazy that we've upped it from 12 to 24 in 10 years.
That's awesome.
So, but I'm an avid backpacker and hiker, and I've been all over the West. And I was in the Pacific Northwest. This is how Matching Hops got started. I was in the Pacific Northwest, and I was in Seattle, and I was in a little a community outside Seattle, and walked into this craft beer store. Which during that time, I mean, they were really prevalent on the West Coast and different communities and stuff. And I walked into this place. It was called The Fuel. I'll never forget it. Walked in there. I went, it's an oh my God moment. Mm-hmm. I went, oh, this is it. This is what I want to do the rest of my life. I can do this. This is awesome.
And that's really cool because I feel like in this day and age, a lot of people struggle finding that light bulb moment. So that's really awesome.
Yeah, it was a light bulb moment. Here I was just got off the trail. I was backpacking across the Olympic National Forest for 4 or 5 days and got off the trail and walked into a craft beer store.
I bet that's probably one of the best beers you ever had coming off the trail.
It was awesome. It was awesome beer.
I will say I've had a couple of buddies of mine that have done that, like AT, and they'll get off and it'll be like nothing even special, just it's a cold domestic lager, and you would have thought they were holding a gold nugget. Not saying anything's wrong with it, but once again, just run of the mill kind of beer, and just like there's something about beer that's just it's good for the soul.
Yeah.
It's rejuvenating. It's like brings some life back into you from like a long hike. And I feel like
well, it's a Gatorade, man.
Yeah,
it's got loaded with vitamin B's. It's loaded with vitamin B, and minerals, and so it's actually the alcohol's but it's actually a Gatorade.
We're saying it now, right here. The next big sports drink.
Yeah, beer.
I'm down with that. I'm totally okay with that
too. I'm down with it. I'm all about it.
And see, I think that's also something that kind of ties a lot of craft beer people together to a way is, their connection to nature, conservation. Mm-hmm. It's like, once again, we were just talking about Black Horse, and their Legacy Parks Foundation, and, how much money they funnel into donating to trail works. We had our Greenway beer, but they've done this for a lot of people that they sell beer to. So, and a lot of the beers we sell, have different clean water foundations they work with, river cleanups, which we'll talk about later in later episodes. Uh-huh. But, I feel like that's just, the craft community is a really cool place where
there's a lot of
care about the community.
Conservation in craft beer, and they're all about the community.
I think that's going to be a running theme with this podcast, honestly, is community. Mm-hmm. And, it's like you're talking about, that there's alcohol. I think, a lot of people, look at alcohol and they think it's like, something bad, it's unhealthy, which anything in any kind of surplus amount can be unhealthy, but,
you don't have to gorge yourself.
Exactly.
I'm all about the flavor and the taste.
Yeah. So, there's benefits to it on the show. I'm telling you right now, it's the next new Gatorade. It's coming out. But also, just the work everybody does. And, you do a lot of work in the community too. And we're definitely grateful to have Mash and Hops. It was the craft beer place in our market for a very long time. There's a bunch of up and new coming people that are right behind you trying to get their place in the market too. So, but Rob, thank you for coming out today and having a beer with me.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you.